Your children are not coming to take you from here?
They don't know where I am.
हमारा भैया लेट हो गया था, वो बॉडी देखकर मैं बेड रेडन हो गई, शॉक लगकर।
Not moving means the toilet, eating.
अरे
कितना दिन आप ऐसा ही था?
9 महीने से।
You are happy here, right? Everything is good.
I am very happy. Extremely happy.
Look at this. He was found with a serious health problem. Hospitals refused, saying his mental condition cannot be cured. So I got the inspiration, got the motivation. Let's open a home with no religion, no caste, no creed, no condition.
भगवान के घर देर है, अंधेर नहीं। क्या आप जानते हैं कि भारत में हर दिन हजारों लोग बेघर होते हैं, कुछ अपनी हालात की वजह से, कुछ आदतों की वजह से, और कुछ लोगों की फैमिलीज उन्हें अबैंडन कर देती है। आज मैं आई हूँ बैंगलोर के एयर ह्यूमैनिटेरियन होम में, जहाँ हजारों बेबस, शारीरिक और मानसिक रूप से कमजोर लोग, बच्चे, बुजुर्ग, औरतें, इन सब का ख्याल रखा जाता है without any barriers of age, gender, caste or creed. And this humanitarian home is run by a man who was once an established business person in Bangalore. पर उन्होंने अपना एम्पायर छोड़कर आज वो एक हैप्पीनेस की पाथ पर हैं और हैप्पीनेस फैलाना चाहते हैं। Let's go and meet AiR Atman in Ravi.
Is made by God and for God. These lovely people are people we found on the street. So all the people here, you will feel they will be smiling, and we take care of them as our family, whether it's their breakfast, lunch, dinner, clothing, their sometimes education, health, medical needs, everything is taken care. Actually, it all started in 1988. When I started my business, I used to find people in Bangalore sleeping on the streets with no food to eat. So what I used to do, I used to make pulao packets or dosas, and I used to go in the night and I used to give laborers, lepers, beggars, just to go around Bangalore and feed them. And in winter that time, 1988, Bangalore was like a Shimla or very cold. I would take blankets and put blankets on people and come here. The beauty was when I went the next year with blankets, they would look up and tell me, आप तो भगवान है, देखो लास्ट ईयर आपका ब्लैंकेट ये है, वही ब्लैंकेट हमारे पास है, which meant in 1 year they're just holding on to that one blanket I gave them.
While that was just the beginning, AiR soon realized that many homes cater to specific needs, but there was a significant gap in services for those who are both homeless and have multiple disabilities.
Then I found people sick. I found people without limbs. And when I took some handicapped people to a home, they said we can take this person because it's physically handicapped. But sometime when I took a handicapped person who was also mentally retarded, the home said, no, we take only mentally retarded. Somebody said, I take only physically retarded. So I got the inspiration, got the motivation. Let's open a home with no religion, no caste, no creed, no condition. Anybody, roti, kapda, makan, anybody having a problem. How are you?
Fine.
I picked him when he was probably 2-3-year-old boy. He is
99 ali bandu.
99. He said, I picked him in 99. He was a small boy. 25 years he's with me. And now he has his motorized wheelchair and he goes around. This is what, if you go to a ship today, or even if you're a millionaire, you have a motorized chair. So he has got it. So can you believe? And we get all type of cases. Now this gentleman, see, look at this. He was found with a serious health problem. Hospitals refused, saying his mental condition cannot be cured. We get people from the street, we put them back on their feet.
Wow. I also met Vasudev Bhatt, an 86-year-old electrical engineer. Despite a lifetime of hard work for his children, he now finds himself abandoned by his two sons who now live in United States of America.
The children are not coming to take you from here.
They don't know where I am.
You are happy here, right? Everything is good.
I'm very happy. Extremely happy.
Be happy, okay?
I am now 86. I want to pass out, but my life is increasing. All of you together make me live longer.
We have cases where we call somebody saying that your father, he passed away, and the girl says, अच्छा एक काम करना, मैं थोड़ा ऑफिस में बिजी हूँ, आप क्रियाक्रम आप कर देना. You please cremate. I am busy. Her father, not one case, dozens.
Everybody in the humanitarian home have had a difficult past, but it was Gayatri's story that deeply moved me.
नमस्ते सर, गायत्री, हमारा भैया लेट हो गया था, वो बॉडी देखकर मैं बेड रेडन हो गई, शॉक लगकर. मम्मी भी गुजर गए 5 years होकर. छोटा भाई मेरे को देखता था, सुबह को जाकर शाम को आते थे. मैं अकेले एक रूम में रहती थी.
Nobody was willing to enter the house because she was lying in a place not moving, means the toilet, eating.
अरे रिसर्च सब रहे होते थे.
Same place. कितना दिन आप ऐसा था?
9 महीने से.
9 months. We had to wear masks and we had to go in in a team to lift her out from there, and she was semi-paralyzed, and then she. अभी कैसे हैं आप?
अच्छे से.
खुश है?
खुश है सर.
Now she is walking. Now she helps everybody, and she has become.
अच्छे मेरे.
अच्छे हैं आप यहाँ पे. फिट बिल्कुल. In our hearts, we always want to help others in need, but the question that often holds us back is where will the money come from? AiR shared with me how he found the answer to that question.
I had no money. He gave the money. With his money, we bought the land. I didn't have any money when I had to buy this land.
Yeah.
But our business created the money. We bought the land. And now there are people who come, so many people come and say, we will serve a lunch. Somebody comes and says, I will give you medicine. But there's never been a shortage in 35 years. The first challenge comes to mind is finance. You need to have money to build a home like this. And then what about the sustaining everyday food?
Yes.
Then what about the salaries you have to pay to all the staff? But to tell you honestly, I have never found one day in 30 years where I found 1 rupee less or 1 point less in anything I do. He has taken care, the divine has taken care of everything.
Clearly, running a humanitarian home also requires investment of time. AiR ने हर NGO से connect किया ताकि कोई भी जरूरतमंद मदद से वंचित ना रहे.
We have an ambulance, we have a number 97395 44444.
Right.
That number, if somebody calls us that there's somebody lying in the railway station or somebody lying in the bus stand, our team will immediately go and pick up. So these challenges are to have this whole network in place, and it has grown. Like you said in Bombay, if you find somebody on the street, I don't think there's a number you call and they will come and pick somebody from the street.
True.
So I think this should be an inspiration for every good citizen in every good city in India to try to get together as a team, few business people or some, and we can help them. If somebody wants to open it in Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, Chennai, such a home is needed.
Absolutely.
A humanitarian home where somebody is dying on the street.
AiR की छोटी सी शुरुआत से आज करीब 800 बेसहारा और बेबस लोगों को सहारा मिल चुका है.
After my awakening in 2014, now I see each of them as God. This smile is not a smile of a person, it is a smile of God, a manifestation of God. And I picked a beautiful line from Vivekananda. He said, Shiv Jnani Jan Seva, विवेकानंद ने ये कहा, दुखियों की सेवा जो करता वही शिव को पाता, एहसास जिसको होता शिव सब में वही पूजा करता, जो सेवा करता दीन दुखियों की वही पूजा करता.
In this humanitarian home, there are doctors, nurses, pharmacy, and medical support too. In fact, there is also a separate section for kids.
Hello! So this is the children's ward.
वो कहते हैं ना, जिसका कोई नहीं होता उसका भगवान होता है। आज इस ह्यूमैनिटेरियन होम की वजह से इनके पास एक हेल्दी लाइफस्टाइल और रूटीन है। I can see this beautiful Shiva statue here. I remember last time we spoke about the Shiva statue that I had seen in Bangalore and later realized it was you who had built it. I would love to see. Such a beautiful temple. I mean, I've come here many years ago, like I told you last time, and I had the stark memory of the Shiva statue, and now that I come back here, all my childhood memories are coming alive. So thank you so much for creating this beautiful statue. I want to know, how did you come about this idea that you want to build a statue in the middle of a city, right behind a mall? I mean...
Actually, we don't create it. This is his own creation. When I got a flash, I was sitting, not dreaming. The difference between a dream and a vision, you dream when you sleep. But when you're awake, you get a vision. I got a vision. There must be a huge statue of Lord Shiva and mountains and a lot of trees. And this distinct feature was the Ganga. The Ganga should flow from the jata of Lord Shiva.
Yeah.
And I said, how is this going to happen? I was a Shiva Bhakt. I was a Shiva Bhakt like nobody. And when I got this vision, it was like Shiva talking to me, my Lord coming and telling me, build a temple. There was no money, there was no land, there was no architect. I always tell people this. And then they said, how did it happen? We were looking for a land outside the outskirts of Bangalore. We were also looking for a business land for expanding our business. Somebody came and told me, I'm going to give you a land in the center of the city where you can have your business and also have a temple. And it was like the Lord giving me a solution, a miracle as you call it. The business, I was not in a rush. I first built the temple. And to build the temple, we were looking for an architect. I met a man, a devout man, a religious man who didn't speak English. He knew the local language. He doesn't read and write much. He said, हम कर देंगे, क्या कर देंगे? He just gave me one small drawing. I told him, make a small mud statue and show me.
Yeah.
He made a small mud statue, but without a measuring tape, without a structural drawing. He came and in a matter of months, this whole statue, he has himself tried to replicate this statue in several places in India. He himself can't do it. The man who created this statue, his name is Kashinath.
Yeah.
Kashinath could not create another statue like this. So I believe God uses man to make miracles possible. My business multiplied 10 times.
All of a sudden.
We had so much money, we opened the humanitarian home. Then came the other magic. When this statue was built, I invited 3,000 people to come to inaugurate the statue on the Mahashivratri day of 1995. Instead of 3,000 people coming, 3 lakh people came.
Wow.
You can't, there was the chief minister of Karnataka landed at the airport. He could not go. There was a traffic jam. He had to go. For the first time, his car could not pass. And to inaugurate this, we were saying how to inaugurate it.
Yeah.
The Shankaracharya of Sringeri, he happened to be in Bangalore. He never is in Bangalore.
Right.
And then he graciously said, I will inaugurate. And he did the Pran Pratishtha of the Shivling. So all this Kamya is a miracle. Because with men, it might be impossible.
True.
But for God, all things are possible. The only way to God realization is self-realization. As we walked to the temple, we made a Navagraha temple in a globe. We made the 12 Jyotirling. The 12 Jyotirling is a replica of all the 12 Jyotirlings. Rameshwar, Somnath, Kedarnath. We have made a Shivling of ice like the Amarnath Ling. So all these things are to build the devotion, the bhakti of a person. Bhakti mein hai shakti, jisse milti hai mukti.
Also spirituality and seva. You call yourself as the happiest man, right? You know, it's interesting for you. One thing led to the other. Funds were in place and you could expand and do a lot of seva as well as, you know, grow your business, spirituality. Everything was happening for you at the same time. But for a lot of our viewers and a lot of us in general, I feel funds, we are always very insecure about our money, right? I want to know, how does it really work? And also your humanitarian home, I'm sure that absorbs a lot of your funds also. How do you fund that and keep it going?
When I started earning money, I only spent few rupees feeding the poor. And that grew. Every time I find a magic, a real magical formula, if you spend 100 rupees for the poor, you get 1000 back. This is a rule. Anybody can try it. So therefore, I spend money in doing humanitarian work. Then I spent money in buying a small land. I spend money in building this. But when I spend money in building this, every rupee that people come and donate to Lord Shiva, all this money, all the money from the temple goes to do humanitarian work. So Shiva has created a magical formula. But the problem is, we have to take the first step.
We have to spend that first 100 rupees.
I'm asking you a question. If you don't put the seed, how will you get the fruit?
And tell us about if our audiences, you know, we've been inspired, and if we want to help in any way to the humanitarian home, how can we go about it?
If you find a case on the street, which is limited to Bangalore, because if you find a case on the street, we have a hotline number which says 97395444444. But if you want to open a humanitarian home in your city, you want to start a venture of reaching out to the destitute, then message me on 98451 55555. That's my WhatsApp number. Anybody who wants to start a home in Bombay, in Pune, in Delhi, in Calcutta, you want advice, you want partnership, you want us to help you to do it. We are ready. Because when you find a person dying on the street, don't just say, so sorry.
Do something.
Do something. The person's dying. And who's that person? That person is Shiva. If only you change from Shiva to Shivoham, you will see God in all. And you will serve God in all. And you will love God in all. And I'm teaching people the happiness secret. Last time you said there are 3 P's in our happiness. There's not just pleasure and peace, also purpose. Purpose to realize when we see Shiva in every human being, we serve every person in our humanitarian home as
Shiva.
Vivekananda said, Shiva Jnani Jana Seva. And this makes me the happiest man in the world.
And I'm sure a lot of us watching out there would want to do something now. And not just, you know, have an expression, but there should be some action.
Wow. Expression anybody can do, right?
Yes.
But we need action. It's a good way of concluding.
It's always wonderful to speak to you. And I look forward to having more such conversations with you. Thank you so much for taking us around Bangalore to your humanitarian home and this beautiful Shiva temple.
Pleasure. Always pleasure being with you. Thank you.
Thank you.